Hi, I'm Cheryl. Christmas card time. Time to figure out what you're going to send out this year. And this is a pretty easy card to make, and it looks like you've spent a lot of time on it. So this is what you'll need to have. You'll need some Tuxedo black Memento ink. Let's see, I used an Emerald Envy marker. I have my Nuvo Glitter Drops, and this is Emerald City. But I'll tell you some options to using those, the marker and the drops later on as I'm doing the card. We need our Snail Adhesive, Whisper White cardstock. We need a piece that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. That's our card base. We need 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 5.5, and I've already pre-embossed mine. We're going to be embossing these with a really nice. You can see that nice texture, the snowflakes on there. Another piece of Whisper White that's 1 1/2 by 3 1/4, and a piece of Real Red that's 1 3/4 by 3 1/4, and this is going to be our little tag that just gets a little bit of red top and bottom on it. And then from the Merry Little Christmas Designer Series paper, I chose this this paper. It has the white background with black snowflakes all over it, but there are a lot of other ones that would work wonderfully. The back side of it has this pretty green pattern that would, you see, that would look nice also on the front of your card. Let's see, what else have we got here? Oh, this is pretty. This is nice. The diagonal stripes. Okay. There's another one. It's got a white background with little black Christmas trees. Let me see if I can grab a piece of that out here real quick. You can see that would be lovely also. That's on the back of the green. And from the dimensions, you can get 8 cards from each piece of the 12 by 12 cardstock. So, but I'm using the snowflakes. Oh, and then you need a piece of Real Red also, that's 3 1/4 by 5.5. I don't think I told you the size of this. This is 3 by 5.5. So that just like the little tag, it gets a little red border just on the sides. I used the Snowflake Sentiments. I got the bundle, but I'm just using the stamps in this one. The bundle's really nice. It'll save you a little bit of money, and it's got some items in it that are usable all year round. It's got this little dotted border. It's got this really nice little flourish. And then it also has this little tiny tag here. It folds over, it punches the holes out, and it has the scalloped edge on it. So those could be used any time of year. And as well as it's got the snowflakes, single snowflakes. Then it has the snowflake border here, and then a dotted edge for that, to cut that out if you want that free and by itself. This other dotted edge could be on the bottom edge of the snowflakes also. But it's a really nice set. It's got some lovely, lovely Christmas sentiments. Nice, bold season's greetings. Merry Christmas from our family to yours. That's what we're going to be using on ours today. It's got a nice little border of 3 little snowflakes. It's got to and from, and who doesn't need those for gift tags. wishing you a season of joy, a season of cheer, but most of all, a wonderful year. Just lots of nice things in it. And by getting the bundle, you do get a discount on the 2 items. And then for the embossing, I use the Darice. They're Embossing Essentials. This is a 3-pack here. It's got Happy Holidays. It's got Merry Christmas with a little flourish with holly. And this Snowflake is the one that I've used. And this is called Seasonal 3-pack by Darice. The Darice company. Alright, let's get going on the card. I've wasted enough time on this stuff. And so I'll bring out my little piece of Whisper White here that we're going to use for our tag or whatever you want to call it. And my Merry Christmas from our family to yours. I'm going to stamp that in the Memento Tuxedo black ink. So let me ink that up. To make sure that's inked up good. I think my Tuxedo black ink is finally the pad is finally wearing out. I'm going to stamp that towards the left-hand side a bit. Okay, and there we go. Nice impression. I didn't rock and roll it. So you see we have a little spot over here. And now, and let's see, and on the inside, I didn't show you on the inside of the card, and oh my goodness, I didn't tell you. I used a sentiment from Star of Light. Star of Light? Yes. The Star of Light stamp set. I got this last year, and oh my gosh, this is so pretty. But I'm using one of the sentiments from that. If you don't want to get this, if you don't have it, that's fine. There's a couple different ones that you could use in the Snowflake sentiments one. You can use that instead of this. But if you have the Star of Light, this is so pretty. So let me ink this up. Make sure I have it right side up. Try to line it up nicely. And 1, 2, 3. And up. And there we go. I've got my inside done. Next thing I'll do is I'll bring in my 2 little embossed strips here. Now when I did mine, I lined them up and cut them out. I had actually a little bit bigger strip than this, and I trimmed it down. So one edge of my strip is kind of bare, okay? And then the other side has snowflakes right to the edge. Now if this happens to you, just hide that bare edge underneath the center decoration part. So make sure when you, let's see, okay, when you put it down on your paper. Oh, we need Tombow glue too. I always want to use Tombow glue when I have embossed pieces. And when we set them down, we want our snowflakes to come right to the edge. We want those bare pieces pointing towards the center. Okay, so I'll just flip these over on the sides they're supposed to be. Put some Tombow glue on there. The reason I'm using the Tombow glue and not the snail is because when you put your runner of snail on, it will flatten your embossing out, and you don't want to do that. You want your embossing nice and high and beautiful. Okay, so there we go. There's one side. And here comes the other side. that's done. We'll take our little two centerpiece pieces here, and I'm just going to snail this. Oh, I should open my snail. And line that up. A nice little border on either side. So that will go on here next. So I'm just going to run some snail down there. And center that side to side. It will go top to bottom. It will go all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. And flatten that down in the middle. We're going to put our little Merry Christmas sentiment onto our bit of red here. And that will be centered top and bottom, and it will go edge to edge. So if you think you made a mistake, you did not. That's the way it's supposed to be. And then on the back here, we're going to put some more snail. We're almost done with the card already. Even with me chatting on and on, we're almost done. I want to leave a little edge here and then have it kind of towards the bottom, maybe about an inch up from the bottom. And we'll just adhere that. And now it's time for embellishments. It is Christmas. We need to have some glitter on this card. It's got to have a little shine, a little sparkle, a little bling on it. So I decided I would make 3 green little drops. Now, if you don't want to do that, that's perfectly fine. Stampin' Up has the nice rhinestone pack with the assorted sizes of rhinestones. You could just pop on some little rhinestones there. If you wanted a little color, you can use a permanent marker, a red or a green Sharpie. You can color these in and have little colored rhinestones on there. You can use pearls. You could use whatever you want. If you have some nice little holly cutouts or something, you could put a little bit of holly on there. Be beautiful. But I'm going to show you how I did this. So I took my Emerald Envy marker, and not that end. It shows you what end is which, and I still pulled the wrong end off. With my marker, I made my little dots first. So I made one a little bigger, came up, made a little smaller one, and made another one here, a little smaller one. And now on top of that, I'm going to put my Emerald City Glitter Drops. Now if you picked something that had a green design in it, like that nice striped green that I showed you earlier, maybe you'd rather have your drops red. In that case, I'd use a real red marker, and Ruby Slippers is the name of the glitter drops that Nuvo makes. So we just start out. We want to make sure that it's coming out nicely, and it is. And hold your bottle straight up and down, or as straight up and down as you can, kind of peek in from the side. You make yourself a little ball of the product on the end, and that is what touches your paper. Your applicator does not touch your paper. I'm going to make a little one here, and another little one over here. And now I can set that aside, and it will dry. I'm going to tap down my drops and give my bottle a little squeeze and listen to make sure it's huffing, and that way I know all of my product has been cleared out of the applicator tip before I close it up and I put it away. That will help to keep your drops nice for a much longer period of time. And there we go. Our card's finished. What do you think of that? That was fast. Looks like one of my hairs got glued in there. If it's not my hair, it would have been a dog hair or cat hair. But there we go, all set. And speaking of cats, I need to put this up somewhere high where all my kitties can't decide to play with it. So if there is any Stampin' Up! Products that you'd like to purchase from me through me today, you can do that either through my Facebook page or my website. I'll have all the materials that I used listed down below. And let's see. Oh, you might want to look at my Facebook page. I put some things on there that are not necessarily to do with Stampin' Up! Or selling you things. Anything that I think might be important to share with you, I put that on my Facebook page. And that's about it, I guess. So, y'all take care, stay safe, and happy stamping.